Why cash reserve is so important? Alam nyo ba kung ano ito? Meron ba kayong naipon na pera para sa emergency? Did you already start accumulating your cash reserve or you have not started it yet? If so, did you have a goal as to how much you should have in emergency fund? Kung hindi ka pa nagsisimula ay simulan mo na at kailangan mo ito. Maniwala ka, kabayan. Nandito po tayo sa pagpapaliwanag ng source of income factors to use for retirement. Meron po tayong siyam na pagkukunan ng income during retirement and we are detailing our second source of income, which is the cash savings. But because this is a very broad topic, I have to create multiple contents. In this video, I'm going to discuss anything you need to know about cash emergency reserve. So stay tuned until the end to learn about why do we need reserve cash in the bank, ano ba ang reserve cash na ito, when and where should save money for my emergency funds, how to save cash reserve, and how much should I save for my emergency funds. My fellow PhilAm, mga kababayan natin na OFW, my global nephews and nieces, ang channel na ito ay para sa inyo. Kung gusto mo na maalalayan ko kayo sa inyong financial independent journey through my actual experiences, you will learn on how to build wealth. Maaga po akong nagretiro dahil narating ko na ang aking financial independence status. At dahil narating ko na ang status na ito, hayaan niyong ibahagi ko ang aking kaalaman para kapulutan niyo na maganda at magamit na guide sa inyong paglalakbay. Please watch until the end of this video para malaman mo kung ano ang mga dapat malaman tungkol sa emergency cash reserve. But before we continue and so we can help many kababayan na nag-struggle pa hanggang ngayon kung paano magsimula, paano maglakbay at paano makarating, please share this video so we can help many of our kababayan. Please subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell, and smash the like button. Okay, Tita, why do we need reserve cash in the bank and why is it important? Well, cash reserves are useful when money is needed right away for a large purchases or to cover unexpected payments. Do you know that according to the expert in America, 78% are living paycheck to paycheck? So, mga 8 sa 10 ang magkakaproblema kung mahihinto ang kanilang mga paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck is uncomfortable lifestyle to choose. Financial emergency could put some serious stress and pressure and or devastate your finances. Kaya kailangan natin ng cash reserve sa bangko dahil kung nagkaroon ka ng emergency na pangangailangan katulad halimbawa ng what if kinakailangan kang dalhin sa hospital, you will need money for the co-payment coverage. Kung may naitago ka, at least madali kang i-admit sa hospital. It can save life. What if you lost your job and you need cash to support for your expenses while looking for job? If you have cash reserve, you do not need to use credit card. Kung wala, madadagdagan ang utang mo at baka hindi ka na makaalis sa paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Or what if kung na-aksidente ka at physically hindi ka makatrabaho, kailangan mong maghintay for some period of time to receive benefits to cover for your disability. It is very helpful if you have money to support yourself and your family while waiting for the benefit, so you do not need to borrow money or use your credit card. Building a proper cash reserve is crucial for your financial plan. Absolutely one of the most critical things you can do if you want to ever get ahead financially and someday become financial independent. Napaka-importante ang magkaroon ka ng cash reserve dahil makakatulong ito para maiwasan mong mabaon sa utang at maiwasang maliquidate ang mga assets mo sa maling pagkakataon. It could potentially set back your financial plan by years. Cash emergency reserve needs to be thought of as your asset and debt insurance. Since this reserve is your first line of defense in protecting your financial plan from an emergency, it's not a matter of if you have a financial emergency, but when financial emergencies happen all the time. Isa ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit karamihan sa mga tao ay nabubuhay ng paycheck to paycheck ay dahil walang cash emergency reserve. What is exactly the cash emergency reserve, Tita? Cash emergency reserves refer to the money a company, family, or individual keeps on hand to meet short-term and emergency funding needs. In other words, ito po ay pera mo na inipon na madaling makuha kung kailangan mo during emergency pero hindi mo kailangan lagi nakikita or ginagastos. This is cumulative cash that you establish for some amount of time and value to be reserved and to be used for the emergency only. Hindi po ito gastusin para sa mga gusto nyong bilhin katulad ng mamahaling bag, kotse, or vacation o para kumain sa labas. Okay, Tita, now that I know, when should I start saving? You should start saving the moment you are receiving monthly income from your active or passive income. If you remember in episode 4, ang isa sa mga ways ko ay iset aside na ang 10% of your net income once your income is received until you meet your cash reserve goal. Where should I keep my money, Tita? It is preferably to keep your money in the bank. To protect you and your money, hindi mo dapat itinatago ang pera sa ilalim ng iyong kama, sa cabinet or drawer, or any cash vault in your house. I would put it in a savings account to easily access the money, but not in checking account. You do not want the temptation spending the money because you have easy access. So, Tita, paano at magkano ba ang dapat kong itabi para sa aking cash reserve? As I mentioned, my rule of thumb is save 10% of my net income. Consistently save money in the bank until you meet the goal of minimum 3 to 6 months. This is per household reserve. Heto ang mga formula ko. Bibigyan ko kayo ng 4 na senaryo kung paano, and just pick one to start. Just to remind you that the numbers and goals varies depends on your income. You may use these guidelines for your reference. Just change the numbers that applies to you. Let's start with the scenario of building 6 months cash reserve based on net monthly income of $10,000. $10,000 net income multiplied by 6 months is equals to $60,000. This will be the amount of emergency cash reserve goal. Para makuha kung magkano ang iipunin mo kada buwan, kuhain ang 10% ng iyong sahod. Iyan po ang aking rule of thumb, na ang kalalabasan po ng resulta ay $1,000. Now let's divide the $60,000 by $1,000. And that gives us 60 months to meet the goal. And of course, we divide the 60 months to 12 to convert us to how many years to build, and that gives us 5 years to save the $60,000 cash reserve. Let's build our plan number 2, which is building 6 months cash reserve based on your monthly expenses. From previous video, our budget for monthly expenses is 80% of our monthly net income. So, we need to get that number first. I-multiply nyo ang number na ito sa 6 na buwan at ito ang inyong goal for cash emergency reserve. If you are saving 10% of your net income every month, which is $1,000 per month, you would need to divide that 48,000 to 1,000, and that gives you 48 months. Kung gusto mong malaman kung ilang taon ay syempre i-divide mo ito sa 12 at bibigyan ka nito ng resulta na 4 na taon. Ito namang plan number 3 at plan number 4 ay makukuha mo ang resulta kung ano ang goal mo at ilang taon ang bubunuin mo para mag-ipon, ay sundin mo lang ang process na katulad ng plan 1 and plan 2. The only difference is in this plan, we are building 3 months of cash emergency reserve instead of 6 months. Salamat, Tita, sa details of formula you provided. Makakapagsimula na ako. That is wonderful. If you have not started yet, do it now. Ini-encourage ko kayong gamitin ang ibinigay kong 4 na plans or scenario. You can choose any of those depende kung saan ka komportable. If you are in the process, you may calibrate your way of doing it and see if you need some adjustment. Or if you are there already, please share with us by leaving your comments below. And that is it for today. Our following videos will be elaborating the cash saving for investment. Don't forget to subscribe, ipamahagi ang kwento na ito, smash the like button, and kalimbangin ang kampana at mag-iwan ng iyong komento. Salamat po and always keep safe. Ito ang inyong Tita Florita, your Global Tita.